Today we're going to talk about how to factor polynomials. Now, factoring is the opposite of multiplying polynomials, or the opposite of using the FOIL method. So anytime you factor a polynomial, you undo the FOIL method. And it's used for solving for x, which we will talk about later. But right now, let's just focus on factoring polynomials. As you can see, I have three polynomials, and they're all three trinomials. But when we factor, we're going to factor that trinomial and convert it into two binomials. And so it's going to factor into our parentheses. One parenthesis is going to have a binomial. The other parenthesis is going to have a binomial. And again, you just think about this as FOIL backwards. So what we're going to end with in our parentheses is we're going to end with four terms, which I will underline here. The first two terms in our parentheses are going to have to multiply to be our first term in our trinomial. So our first term in our trinomial is x squared. So you have to ask ourselves, what two terms multiplied together is x squared? And we know the only combination of that is x and x. So therefore, x is going to go in the first term of our first parenthesis and the first term of our second parenthesis. To fill in our second two terms, we look at our middle term and our last term of our trinomial. What we're looking for is we're looking for factors of our last term. That is, factors that multiply to be our last term, but then add to be our middle term. So in this case, we're looking for factors or numbers that multiply to be 18, but then add to be 11. So in order to do that, let's look at all the factors of 18. 1 and 18 are factors of 18. 2 and 9 are factors of 18. And 3 and 6 are factors of 18. What we're looking for are the factors of 18 that add to be 11, because 11 is our middle term. And if we look at these factors, there is only one pair that works, and that is 2 and 9. So that means that 2 and 9 are going to go in our second blanks. And we're looking to get a positive 18, and our 11 is positive. Therefore, 2 is positive and 9 is positive. And that is our answer. We have just factored x squared plus 11x.